Welcome back, everybody. This is Kevin with Everglades Canine Academy, and today I'm working with Abby, the 4-month-old Weimaraner, and we're going to be talking a little bit about loose leash walking. Abby is started using a retractable leash, so when I have her on a 6-foot line, she's a little unaware of the leash, and she tends to go to the end of it, and she pulls a lot, and she is constantly darting in every direction. So what we're going to do, if you can't already tell, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some basic steps, and I'm going to show you just some basic walking techniques that we're going to start to try to get a loose leash walk with the dog. And also, I do want to get some eye contact from her. So the tools that I'm using today are just a simple slip lead, a simple rope slip lead, and her kibble. Okay, so we are going to use food to pay her for eye contact and possibly walking nice. When it comes to loose leash walking, I'm really not focusing on a heel right now. Okay, I really don't need a formal heel out of her. I really just want her to walk with me and not pull and dart in every direction. So, a common mistake I see a lot of people do is they really choke up on the leash. They're walking their dog like this, and the dog has nowhere to go. And then you start to get behavior like that. So, what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to give her the full leash. I have a lot of room right here. My street is nice and quiet, so this is a good place to practice. And I am basically going to start just going the opposite way of where she's going. So she loves to have her nose on the ground. Obviously, Weimaraners are hunting dogs. And when she is not paying attention or when she's trying to pull, before the leash gets all the way tight, I'm going to turn and do a directional change. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Most dogs pull because it's a reaction to what they want. All right. Owners also, I have seen dog owners, they kind of, without knowing it, they will reinforce pulling. A big one, for example, is the dog wants to go to a bush to eliminate, and the dog is pulling to the grass, and the owners are just walking with the dog all the way to the grass. The dog fully goes pee or poop right in the grass, and the leash was tight the whole time that they were walking. All right, now, when that happens, as we all know, canines learn by association. So when that happens, the dog has just learned all I need to do is pull my owner and I'll get to where I'm going, whether that's to go see another dog, to go see people. She is a big one. She loves people. So everybody she sees, she's trying to pull me to them. Okay. Simply, I will just not let her meet people like that. So even if she doesn't have her obedience commands when people come around, I'm still not allowing her to jump. That's actually when I might kind of choke up on the leash and just hold her back until she sits. Then I can loosen up on the leash. So I want you guys to notice, I'm just going to start walking. She's getting all excited. I'm moving, going different directions. Watch. All right, she doesn't want to pay attention. I'm going to fix the leash as well. Nope, not going that way. She wants to dart towards the grass. She wants to go in front of me. Look how quickly I'm turning. See, she wants to go to the grass. Oop. All right. So there's really no pattern, guys. I don't have a pattern yet. Okay. There we go. I basically want her, yes. I want her to acknowledge me on the leash. There we go. Now I'm going to introduce a little bit of food. I'm not going to get anything like that. There we go. Had a little progress on the jumping. She's not really jumping on me. She's jumping around me. Nope. She has such long legs. Every time she jumps, the leash goes in between her legs. Yes. There we go. I'm marking, rewarding her turning with me. Now, it may look a little chaotic, But that's okay. Like I said, I'm not really focusing on her picking a side or not. I want her to just turn with me. I'm not going to reward her for jumping. Okay. In fact, I'm going to start correcting it. If she tries to jump on me, no. Even if she tries to get in front of me, I might use my feet to get her out of the way. Yes. There we go. Just a little bit of leash guidance. Here's some kibble on the ground. I'm going to kick it out of the way because she's so distracted. Let's go, baby. Yes. Good. Turning with me is what I want. Yes. There we go. That's what I want to start seeing. Okay, so I'm just doing directional changes. Yes. She wants to kind of get in front of me and block me. I'm also having another problem is that her kibble is so tiny. I hate tiny kibble. It falls out of my hands, and that's when I run into trouble because she keeps jumping on me, and then she keeps knocking the kibble out of my hand, and it's becoming like an auto response for her. So we really need to tighten up, and we really need to refrain from dropping all the kibble. Let's go. Yes. There we go. Good. She likes to walk behind me, so I'm going to stop abruptly. I don't like her walking behind me. I want her walking to the side of me. Okay, takes a little practice, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. There we go. Feeding her. Don't get behind me. Good. Good girl. Yes. There we go. So I'm just doing a little bit of footwork with her. I really don't like her. She likes to stay behind me like a little shadow. And I really don't like when dogs do that because you can get tripped up. So sometimes I simply just move my foot back a little bit. I try to create some space behind me. I don't like her walking behind me. Come on. Good. There we go. That's a little bit better. Let's go. Yes. There we go. Whoo, she still has baby teeth. They are sharp. Now I just want her to look up. Yes. See how she gets distracted and she starts running away from me? Good. Notice I'm not delivering rewards when she's jumping up like that. There's no way that I want to reward her for that behavior. Let's do a little turn into her. Right? Move the dog around you, not you around the dog. Good. There we go. She keeps looking for that one piece of kibble. Yes. There we go. Good girl. Come on. Yes. There's a nice little turn that I want to see. Good. And I'm feeding her while I'm walking. Good. Good. I'm feeding her right by my side. That's where I want her. Yes. Nice and calm. Let's go. Okay, now I am gonna, she's kind of falling into a nice little walk. Now I am gonna focus on having her on one side. I want her on my right side right now. It feels good. Good. Good girl. And we turn. Yes. That's what I want to see. Yes. Marking and rewarding her turning with me. Yes. Good girl. Good. The power of training with food is undeniable. No. Yes. Bring her back over. Good. Good. She likes to do that, right? She likes to swoop around to the other side, and she's like, jump on you. She also is a little bit of a biter. Well, what puppy isn't? Am I right? Now you're all hung up. Now you're all hung up. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Look at you. There you go. Who's a good girl? Yes. Man, a big thing with training puppies is I just try to not forget just to have a little bit of fun. There's I've seen young trainers get so frustrated with the puppy. They're constantly jumping. They're constantly biting. Just have a little patience. They're just a little puppy. Yes. Just go slow. Try to make sure that your commands are being received. Do a little leash pressure. There you go. Yes. And we'll just work on some obedience commands there. Good. We've been working her in a nice little down. Here we go. This is what you want. You've been looking for that. There. You got it. Great job. Great job. Abby. Down. Yes. She's getting pretty good with that. So remember, guys, when you're loose leash walking, if you have the room, try giving your dog the whole leash. Now, this is something that I teach in my group class a lot. I always see my owners, they're so tight. They're like right here with the leash, and they're like, heel. And I'm like, that's not a heel, right? Loosen up a little bit. Give your dog a little bit of leash. Heel is another formal exercise. It's a very complicated thing for dogs to do. And it does, when I see somebody say, heel, and they just start walking with their dog, the dog, it really isn't in a formal heel. Let's talk about a formal heel. Traditionally, a formal heel is on the left side. The dog is basically touching you, not leading you, and looking up. Their shoulder is basically right on your thigh, and they're making eye contact with you while you walk. All right? I usually don't teach heel until the dog has a loose leash or until we're luring really well. And it's all a process of luring and getting the dog to go into the correct position, right? The starting of heel is I start luring like this. Yes, there we go. I don't want the dog leading me. I'll spin them around. Yes, I'm even using the leash to pull her in tighter. A heel needs to be nice and tight. Yes, good girl. And she is pretty good at doing this motion, and we do this motion a lot. Yes. Very good. Yep. Yes. Good girl. Heel. Yes. Good. Abby, heel. Here we go. Yes. And she's still quite far away from actually doing that exercise properly, okay? But luring and staying consistent with luring is how we do that. Okay? So remember, guys, loose leash walking is all about directional changes. Give your dog a little bit of freedom on the leash. Let them make decisions. If the leash is tight and your dog is just pulling you, you're not doing it right. You need to change directions, pop the leash a little bit, get their attention, Anytime there's tension on the leash, you should be communicating with your dog through the leash. No, go this way. No, go that way. Right? And that will help you increase your chances of success for the loose leash walk. All right. And remember, guys, you don't have to walk around the whole block. If your dog is pulling you, go the opposite way. This may mean your whole walk might be in your driveway, but that's okay. Steps are steps if you're thinking about exercise. It's more important that every chance you get on leash with your dog, you're doing the correct things, okay? If your dog is used to just pulling you around, that's what's going to happen all the time, all right? I'll also say equipment-wise, ditch the harness, ditch the retractable leashes, get a static 6-foot leash and start with that, all right? Something around the neck. And I hear a lot of people say, oh, Kevin, well, my dog is choking. My dog is choking itself. Then you're not doing it right. You're allowing your dog to just continue to walk in one direction while your dog is gritting down and getting where it needs to go. You need to come to a complete stop, pull the dog back. You should not be walking that dog if the dog is pulling you, all right? Because if you do it right, your dog will not choke. If your dog is choking, then you're not using the leash properly. You're just allowing the dog to stay tight, and you need to do a directional change, pull the dog back, come to a complete stop until it's loose, get the dog next to you. You need to start doing marker training, rewarding the good eye contact, and start using a kennel. Kennel your dog in between training sessions. I can't express that enough. In the first 2 years of a dog's life, you should work it hard. Use the kennel, use a leash more than you think, and you will have success. I promise that. All right, guys, with that said, I'm going to end the video here. Abby's done a great job. We're going to continue to work on loose leash walking, and we'll see you at the next video.